Let's take a look at the assignment module in Digital Housekeeper. So if we go to the first item, daily assignments, I'll bring up the first assignment here. So we give each assignment a number, some sort of a name or description. The associate who normally would do this assignment, supervisor responsible for this assignment, what shift the assignment works. You can classify these by housekeeping group or department. Put in a pager number for the employee and the supervisor, how many days per week you intend to do this assignment, and then the available minutes is the time based on how you set up this shift with break times and lunch times and all of that. Then do you want to include this in the census calculation? And if so, do you want to print off a worksheet for the employee? And on average, how long does a discharge take in this area? There's a place for notes if you want to put anything in here about this assignment. And down below is where we have the rooms on the assignment. If I wanted to add rooms to this assignment, select rooms to add, search for building floor area. I'll choose the intermediate care area, hit the go button. I get a list of rooms, and I can select all of these rooms or individually check off which rooms I want to add. Then we can determine the current minutes is at 373. If I want to find out how many minutes I'm adding, click the calc button. So I'm adding almost 15 minutes. The new total is then 387. If that's what I want to do, add the selected duties. And now that room is at the top of the list. And if I want to move this down on the assignment to be cleaned in a different order, I can change this 0 to any number wherever I want to slot it, and then save the grid. And then that room is now second on the list. If I want to eliminate the decimal that I put in here, I can just use the auto number. It will start at the top, number 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way down. If I want to remove a room from an assignment, check the line that I want to remove, click room removal, and the room will come off. Or if I wanted to move it to a different assignment, click the move button, select the assignment you want to move it to, click the move button, and it goes from this assignment to the assignment you selected. Copy will allow you to duplicate this room and leave it on this assignment and also put it on a second assignment. You can check off the days of the week that you want a room to be cleaned. So for example, if this office doesn't need to be cleaned 7 days a week, we can uncheck the boxes that we don't want it to be cleaned on and then save the grid. And when we do that, it now tells us that it changes the color of this line, saying that it's under assigned, and so it's just an indicator that you may have assigned this room less times than it should be cleaned. And if we scroll down to the bottom of each assignment, you'll see for each day of the week total square footage being cleaned and the total minutes for each day of the week. We can print off a copy of this assignment. If we bring up the associate report, it'll look like this. So it's got the number at the top, the name, and the starting time with the room there the employee is responsible for cleaning, along with the cleaning steps. And if we scroll down to the bottom, there's a summary of the cleaning steps at the bottom of each assignment. We can add comments or notes on an assignment like these here, responsible for discharges and other duties as assigned, or pick up trash. You can put anything in there that you like. You can assign time to those if you need to. Okay, let's now move on to shifts. And you can have any number of shifts in the system. I'll just bring up the first one here, so we give it a number, give it a description, starting time, ending time, and this calculates out to the total work time based upon your prep minutes and cleanup minutes. And you can also classify it by day, evening, night. Then once you've set up the shift, you can add break times. So in this example, we have a first, second, and third break, 15 minutes paid breaks, lunchtime 30 minutes not paid. Okay, then let's move into the what we call recurring project template. This is a lot like the daily assignments, but you typically would use this for things like burnishing and things that you would do less frequently. So I'll just bring up this line right here, this assignment. So it's a list of rooms, burnishing tasks, high-speed burnishing, 52 times per year or once a week. So you might set up an assignment like this, a list of rooms to be burnished on Monday, and then another list like this for Tuesdays, and so on, and just have the employee try to complete as many of these rooms on the list on those days, and then turn it back in, check off the rooms that they were able to complete, and then you can log that into the system to have a record of when the room was last burnished or whatever the task was that you assigned. You can also set up project work lists, and so I'll bring up this list down here. So there's we're looking at what we call open items or rooms waiting to be done. This is stripping and waxing, and so if we looked at the closed or completed list on this work list, we would see another list of rooms here that has been completed with the last completed date and the assigned date that should have been done. You can add new tasks, clicking in the new task tab, search for whatever we're looking for, bring up a list of rooms that match, and check off which rooms you want to add to this list, and they'll be on the list for the next time this person gets working on this list. The service requests, you can use this to when you get phone calls to do any type of task. So I could add a new service request here, put in the building, floor, area, and pick the room, and then type in a description, whatever the task is, put in the person's name who called, their email address, and their phone number, and then submit the request. You'll notice at the top we have 3 open service requests. When I submit this, it changes to 4 open service requests. So when you complete one of these, you can enter in the minutes that it took to do the task if you want to, the person who did the work, any comments you might want to put in, and then mark it as completed. And when I mark it as complete, then that person that requested it will receive an email letting them know that the task has been completed. So that's a quick look at the assignment module in Digital Housekeeper.